Hello, everyone. I'm Sign1News anchor Vanessa Paloma Bajarnik. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment during this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. Since the Russian invasion of Ukraine began, the relationship between Moscow and Washington, D.C. has sunk to an all-time low. So it was a surprise when the two nations conducted a prisoner exchange. Trading former U.S. Marine Trevor Reed for Russian pilot Konstantin Yaroshenko. Reed is a former U.S. Marine in prison for assaulting an officer after a night of heavy drinking. Yaroshenko was sentenced to 20 years in the U.S. for conspiracy to smuggle drugs. U.S. officials say the prisoner swap was not part of any negotiation with Russia and did not reflect any change of dealing with the Ukraine war. Right after the prisoner swap, there were new demands for the release of two Americans still being held by Russia. WNBA star Brittany Griner and former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan. Griner was jailed in mid-January accused of drug smuggling. Whelan has been detained since 2018, charged with spying, which he denies. The Biden administration says they are working on both cases. But a former U.S. ambassador says a prisoner swap for Griner and Whelan is not certain because U.S. officials don't want to encourage other countries to use Americans to get what they want. We're about to show you an amazing video. We want to warn you, however, their images may be disturbing to some viewers. The video shows a teenager jumping out of a stolen car while it was still moving during a police chase in Columbus, Ohio. Watch the right side of your screen when the side of the car slams into a guardrail. We'll show you the video in real time, then we'll slow it down because it happens so fast. Police say when they caught the boy, he was wearing a neck brace from a previous accident in a stolen car. Police in Mesa, Arizona arrested 58-year-old Thomas Cox and charged him with murder and sexual assault in a crime that is 33 years old. The homicide happened back in 1989. Police say a woman was found dead in her apartment. She had also been sexually assaulted. In 1990, another woman was also sexually assaulted after a man broke into her apartment, but she survived the attack. Authorities used DNA and fingerprint comparisons to identify Cox as a suspect. He now faces several charges, including murder, sexual assault, and kidnapping. Infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci says the U.S. may be out of the COVID-19 pandemic phase. He says there are no more 900,000 new infections, 100,000 hospitalizations, or thousands of deaths per day. Fauci says coronavirus won't be eliminated completely, but the level of virus in society could be kept very low if people are vaccinated, possibly every year. Unfortunately, Fauci says the COVID-19 pandemic is still a major problem in the rest of the world. Americans across the country are having to deal with skyrocketing rent, forcing some people to have to leave their homes. Prices have increased on average about 20% from just 2 years ago. However, prices have increased 40% in cities like Memphis, Tampa, and Riverside, California. The Miami Palm Beach area tops them all at 58%, nearly 3 times the national average. The city of Miami passed a law that requires landlords give tenants 60 days notice if they plan to raise the rent more than 5%. The law gives people more time, but it does not help them find an affordable place to live. Hey kids, ever wonder what your parents do all day at work? Today, Thursday, is National Take Your Daughters and Sons to Work Day. Fun fact, the day was created in 1993 and was originally called National Take Your Daughters to Work Day. But most companies let boys take part too, so they changed the name. The day encourages parents to take their kids to work to show them what they do and possibly inspire their future career choice. If you're a parent working from home, you could create activities that simulate what your day at the office might look like. The kids could also join you on a conference call. You can post pictures on social media using the hashtag Take Our Children to Work Day. Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. Then this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, join us for a live panel of diverse guests to discuss the hot topics of the week. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.